Apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit, must trade, and Costco.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com. Or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. You can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
The Huskers are headed to the Pinstripe Bowl. Cheer on the Huskers in New York City on the official Husker Pinstripe Bowl tour offered by the Nebraska Alumni Association. Your bowl package includes a 2-night hotel stay, round-trip transportation on game day, pregame events, and more. Spots are limited, so book your spot now on the official Husker Pinstripe Bowl tour with the Nebraska Alumni Association. Go to huskerfantravel.com or call 888-831-0858. That's 888-831-0858 or huskerfantravel.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Happy Hump Day. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We're the old school crew located at 1040 O Street, live in effect. We are brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Laundromat, and 168th and Maple. A lot going on, obviously, since we're not on Tuesdays. Coaching changes here local at Nebraska. Potential coaching change down there in Chapel Hill. Then we came all the way back to Nebraska and, well, actually the whole Big Ten. And the schedule release, so everybody's going to be, trying to chart the wins, and we haven't even played the bowl game yet. Got bowl game, obviously, hysteria going on. We got a little bit of portal hysteria going on. You got the, now we got the gauntlet of the NFL season, and then we also got the potential of new coaching vacancies coming very soon. And then obviously with, let alone, not even to mention $100 million quarterback, newly minted one, and Kirk Cousins might be on the bench here based on his 5-game skid. I think it's 4 or 5-game skid without a touchdown and plenty of interceptions. So there's a lot going on. We've got a quick segment here so we get back on time. We got about 8 minutes. The big news today, it's not official, but there's obviously been an official offer, and there's obviously mutual interest. The interest comes from Bill Belichick's father coached at the University of North Carolina from 1953 to 55. So they're playing it like he's paying homage to it. And I think there's some other stuff to fast track his son to head coach in waiting. But DP, what are your thoughts on Bill Belichick potentially bypassing another NFL hiring cycle and going down to college and getting into this mini version of the NFL that he left?
Belichick has earned the right to make this decision for whatever reason. And I find it hilarious that the OG of do it my way, business and football, personnel management and social engagement goes against the wave. He goes against the current and looks at Saban and company and said, well, no, I'd actually like to do that. I'd actually like to, to build people and get people ready for the pros, right? Do it at the college level. And hey, he actually, whispers that the 105 actually is attractive to him. It's attractive because he's used to working from 53 plus right. some nickels and dimes and having a budget.
Yeah.
And having regional aspects to it and having confines of a conference and having neighbors to compete against that he can irritate and agitate. And for him to take over, I'm thrilled that he would even talk about it because it goes against all the nonsensical talk about, oh, the NIL is killing college football. No, it's not. No, it's not. That wasn't the plan. That wasn't what it was going to be. I think the idea of him even having the conversation is him thumbing the nose at a bunch of coaches and saying, oh, is this too hard for you? Is this too difficult for you to coach football and raise young men? Because I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't think he'll be doing all that. I think he would be. He's going to be the head coach. I think the coaching part, obviously, I think he could do. I don't think that anybody would be able to out prepare him. I don't think any situational football, will fall through the cracks. I don't think. As far as getting guys prepared to play, I think he can do it. I think that's never would be a question. Could he coach? I guess the recruiting part, the I wouldn't even say I think Bill would do good with the boosters and stuff. I just think that the salary cap part he would probably be excellent at. I think he would probably get some pushback on it because he's notoriously cheap. So that would have to change. But I think if he's going to do it and he's going to be successful, it's no different than when Urban Meyer tried to coach in college. And Urban Meyer's personality is different. He's not who everybody thinks he is. So I think Bill Belichick would just need a staff of guys that he's coached with. So you're thinking like Matt Patricia and all those guys, but then also he has to have young and upcoming coaches like his son who coaches with Jed Fish, which now that he has intimate knowledge how to do things from somebody that obviously he's related to, that's where I think he could probably lessen the learning curve, because there will be a learning curve. It's interesting that there was interest there. It's interesting that North Carolina, the first two big calls that they called were to Arthur Smith, who was a former player and coach there, and then Bill Belichick. I think they threw it out there to see if he would. It's like throwing out fishing, see if the big fish will bite on it, and you're starting to get some nibbles, and now you might have him on the hook. It's going to be interesting to be able to reel him in. So.
Well, I mean, isn't that that's new age hustling. It takes the same amount of work to get Bill Belichick as it would to get a new coach, and you're taking a program in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, that has, I don't know, pretty good resources in that whole Jordan Nike thing, and a whole state of really non-compete when it comes to recruiting. He's going to walk in your home, into a parent's home, and remember, he only has to shoot his shot 22 times a year. He's not going to have to, like, we're not talking about Bill Belichick going, coast to coast. No, he's going to have people who do the weeding process. And then when you need the hammer to close, right? You send in the dude, right? That's when you send in, what's from Pulp Fiction? the guy, the cleanup guy that comes in.
Oh,
You send him. That's Belichick. Oh, you came in to clean this up and finish. Okay. Yeah. Because we don't know any 4- and 5-star parents who don't know Bill Belichick and won't respond to it.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, that part. I mean, it's great that he's going to come in. I just know, I won't name names. A friend of mine's son got recruited by Charlie Weiss. Both when two different sons. One when he's at Notre Dame. I think the other one when he's at Florida. If he comes off like Charlie Weiss, he will be an epic failure. If he uses what him and Nick say, like if he learns from Nick Saban, because Nick Saban is really, really good at recruiting and just being factual. And Nick Saban obviously has a more personality, as you've seen on TV, than Bill Belichick. But Bill Belichick has more personality than anybody probably thought of, as doing multiple, media outlets and shows and stuff like that. I think that's loosened him up and probably opened his eyes to doing it. If he's taking more of that approach, he'll do well. And it'll just come down to how his staff is formulated, how they find their niche. Because even though you do have resources for, your football team, you still are secondary to the basketball team. And that's different than a lot of other places. So no matter what you say, you are not the king guy, king on the campus. So that $20.5 million is going to be allocated as such.
And I'm fascinated to see what that dynamic plays out, because think about a guy like Mark Stoops at Kentucky. Made a living for 20 years being second fiddle, but Mark Stoops is not Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
He's not. Would Bill Belichick being hired at North Carolina, is that a bigger deal for Carolina or for Belichick? It's
a bigger deal for Carolina. And you know what? Here's
like, you think Michael Jordan's checkbook isn't opening itself right now at the idea of having the Jordan brand put on a Belichick football product?
Belichick sleeveless hoodie.
But the business, we get caught up in that single lane of, okay, college football. How many coaches can even speak in the room that Bill built? How many Division I, Power 4 head coaches could dare walk into a whiteboard room with Bill Belichick? And that is a number that is very, very small.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's his advantage. That's his advantage. His disadvantages are his age, personality, track record, Probably the way he left New England, and probably how the situation with Tom Brady, that would not help him for a quarterback position.
I don't think it's going to.
It matters.
What high school quarterback?
Whoever got Google and whoever can watch YouTube, that is not going to work out very well. They're just not going. These kids aren't built like it. You've seen it here. You're not gonna disrespect the best quarterback of all time and then sign up when you're more weak-minded and more emotionally like willing to quit and be like, yeah, I want that. He's gonna have to find a Tom Brady. Then he will be able to double back and get the Tom Brady. That's where he's gonna have to do it, and that's just the state of college football.
Sitting in a room at Elite 11 and Team USA with 16 of the best quarterbacks, high school quarterbacks in the country.
Right.
And Belichick walked in, and all the other coaches became invisible. And he went into a conversation in a huddle with those 17 quarterbacks and had a conversation that no other coach in the country could have with them. Because he's done a thing. There's no coach in that room that could talk to those quarterbacks about creating the best version of a quarterback ever. Like we can get, I watched that room. I was in the room. So I watched that room and it's Jay Foreman walking into a linebacker room in Lincoln, Nebraska. There's one linebacker, maybe two, who can go in that conversation, go into huddle of the 50 best linebackers in the state of Nebraska and have a conversation with them about what it takes to lead the NFL in tackles or to be a Husker Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
correct.
I mean
right?
Yeah, that's correct.
We can get into.
I'm not on Google though.
Yeah,
I'm not on a documentary.
Google
that's where he's going to be fighting it, because it's the perception and the reality. The reality is Bill Belichick was just coaching his team. Actually, probably how you should. Right. It really, like, nobody's bigger than the team. You might be paid the most, but for us to be the best of all time, I got to coach it. Now, he probably went a little bit too far, especially towards it became personal, and everybody, does that. Where these kids, they don't separate it. They are very they like snapshots. They're snapshots. They're not doing their research. So he's gonna have to find his own way to recreate itself, and that's the best way to go about it. Now, if he gets a 5-star quarterback that's willing to, go through that type of stuff, then that's fine. I do also think Bill Belichick is smart enough knowing that he can't coach kids like he coached Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is a grown man.
Well, he'll have people around him, and his staff, I would imagine his staff's going to be pretty impressive as well, right?
It's going to be a good mixture of old and new.
Right?
If I offer you the chance to take Colorado's staff now or Bill Belichick's hypothetical staff, which one do you start your program
I'm taking
with?
Hoodie's staff only because there's enough room for both of them, and they're recruiting different players and different people. Like we act like it's a one-size-fit-all for the best quarterback, the best running back. No. It literally, we're having the conversation between Dylan and Gabe and Shadir and Cam, and none of the four of them are moved by the same thing, coached the same way, playing in the same systems, but they all have talent and they all have an intellect. And if you put Deion, Saban said, you know what, maybe Hoodie's right. Maybe I'll go back somewhere. Urban says, hey, you know what? The three of us would be pretty cool. That we're not coaching in the same place, but we're all adding to the game that is college football. Like, we're going to make college football better by being a part of it, because it is. It would absolutely be better with those coaches in it. Take those 4 coaches, and literally you have enough talent in this country to build college football the way everybody wants. Because remember now, nobody's going to come to Bill Belichick and say, hey, you got to give me X number of dollars to play for you. Hey, man, nah, dog, here's what I'm paying. Here's what Hoodie is paying. Right? And there are dads who go,
there will be some, not a lot, but there will be some. You got to find them.
You only need a couple.
You need a couple. I mean, that's going to be the kind of where the way when you were a head coach and essentially GM as well, and how you negotiated at the NFL levels, that won't work. It just won't. Now, where he will probably be ahead of the curve is how to manage the cap, and probably this percentage of my revenue sharing cap or whatever it is needs to go to this position, because either based on the next 2 year schedule, this is who we're playing. All that stuff, he'll blow people out of the water. All the things that these kids view as important is where he's going to have to either compromise towards, but he can't, or
adapt, because he's not going to
adapt,
compromise his principles, right?
That's not what I'm. That's called. That's called
right?
Changing. Compromise, meaning that the way I articulated that, the way he talked to Tom Brady, I cannot do that to Bryce Underwood.
So
you're going to have to change that way you do that, or it just won't.
Here's my question for you, Jay, because I think this is the right way to look at it. That if Jay Foreman as a coach, as a linebacker coach, and your phone starts ringing, you're in the portal and you're available to any college program, and Belichick says, you know what? First of all, Foreman is knowledgeable, high character, and he'll listen. He'll work. He'll coach. He could do way worse at the linebacker position. And he calls you and says, Jay Foreman, come to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. You got Carolina connections. Come down here and work with my linebacker.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to have,
don't you go?
Yeah, anybody goes. and they also have star power throughout that's been in the program. Obviously Julius Peppers just went into the College Football Hall of Fame, I think last night. And then obviously you got Lawrence Taylor, and they got recent history of guys as well. So he's got it's set up for him to do the last hurrah. Like, NFL, you guys want to pass me over, Dallas. You want to not fire Dable, you're early Giants. You want to screw over Robert Saleh
the Commanders were in play, right?
The Jets could have fired Saleh and hired him. You could have. There's a plethora of teams that could have, right? Yeah. Seattle or whatever, Tennessee. So then he's like, okay, well, let me go show you how I can do in college. So we'll see.
Let me answer this one text. Just sure. So DP, are you putting Dion on the same level as Saban, Urban, and Belichick? No, we're talking about recruiting in today's college football spectrum. That in that spectrum, there's a Jay and Austin. I will take your word on this. If Dabo called and Dion called, right? They're not going to get the same players, but they're getting the same caliber of players, same level of players, because of what they can do for those careers. Dion and 98% of the coaches in the country are below Dion when it comes to a high school elite football player answering his call and considering giving his career to Deion Sanders.
It's different. I mean, it's just different levels to it.
Like there's not 10 coaches
that can out recruit him. No.
That can out recruit Dion.
No.
Yeah, that was my point.
Everything in an equal playing field. Yeah. No. I mean, it's just different personalities, different time too. So, anyways, we'll take a quick break. Come back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited, all built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of December. Save big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft on end-of-the-year specials store-wide at their new 27th and I-80 location.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village. As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186. Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. Bill Belichick is official. It is official. He is making his way. I mean, look, I think he lives up there in Cape Cod or whatever, so it's a nice little straight flight down there to Raleigh, even though it's private, so he's flying everywhere. So it's, I mean, look, I think at his point in his career, I would have liked to see him take a run at Shula's record. I think he was a little taken back by the stiff arms that he received from the owners. Now, obviously, the owners that's letting you know who really run the league. I think his relationship that soured in heck, he tried to get rid of Brady after 4 Super Bowls. I mean, you got to think like that. That probably resonated through the ownership. So I think for him,
marbles
goes through like, okay, like this is the probably bring some life back into him. It's a new. This is definitely a new challenge. I think he has some knowledge and experience that a lot of programs. Matter of fact, 99.9% of the program or the universities out here that have to deal with this revenue sharing and the salary cap, he knows it inside and out. Now you're not going to be able to like do the way contracts, but I think it's very comfortable for him. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does down there. And I think it's the splash hire that they know what Mac Brown was in that first couple of years that he was down there. That North Carolina was almost on the come up. The last 2 years have been so-so, even though they made bowl games every year. I think he's going to be able to take that talent pool because Mac actually recruited pretty decent. So he doesn't have to come in there and just blow the whole roster up. He's going to be able to. The ones that choose to stay are going to be able to, be coached up well and taken care of, and then go from there. So it'll be.
Any thought that Mac stays around as an assistant for him?
No, the way
work.
They tried to get him. They tried to fire him. They tried to get him to quit the day before. It's not happening. Mac long gone. I mean, that's right there. If I was Bell, I would look at that situation because coaches are very tight. No matter if some coaches think he's not a very good coach. They're very tight. The way that they ended that tenure with Mac was completely wrong. Meet him with him on Monday. You want him to essentially resign or quit on Wednesday. He says, I'm not. Then they come back to you on Friday to do it the day before the game at the team hotel. What does it matter? He already said he was just going to coach one more game. Like, you can't do him a solid. It's not like you're not getting ahead of the hiring cycle. So it'll be interesting how,
especially if you're going to go after Bill Belichick, right? Not any
other.
They
weren't originally going after Bill Belichick. They got told no quite a few times, and then somebody was having some very expensive wine, and probably saw Bill Belichick crack a joke on the Manning cast or something. So you know what?
His dad used to coach here in the 50s. Let's give him a ring.
Let's just see if he calls us back.
Isn't that so? What's the what would be? So it is Jay Foreman's now the president of the Boosters. You're president of the Kings who write these things, and you have a football program. Is that the list? Urban, Saban, Belichick maybe not on the list.
Urban's not on my list.
Urban's not on the list. Give me your dream 5 coaches that
if I was North Carolina, I'm sure.
Or anybody with money that wants a good program, and you get to pick who's going to run your program.
Well, it's different because North Carolina's never been a football school,
right?
So they're operating from a different mindset.
Famous Amos Lawrence will disagree.
Lawrence
Taylor would disagree.
They are operating from the standpoint of Arthur Smith, which would seem like a layup, right? Said no, and there's other ones, right? And then also with the whole fad, I think this is a fad of coaches deciding not to be head coaches and going to be coordinators. They said, look, why not? Let's see, how if he's interested or not. I mean, you got some pretty famous alumni and have done here. Obviously, with Michael Jordan, probably has Bill Belichick on speed dial. So that's how that probably came to fruition. And also, let's not forget, he came back here and I think he did a coach's clinic just last offseason. Yeah. So he just didn't come do a coach's clinic and leave. There had to be conversations about structure. What's it like? Coach Rule just coached in the NFL. I think Belichick. So they know each other. So it's kind of, he didn't just take this job cold turkey. And he probably just, for whatever reason, just by talking to other coaches, already kind of had some cliff notes of what it's like to coach in college now and whether he could do it or not. Because if he didn't, he would have never returned the first phone call, went to the interview, and essentially accepted the job. So,
or written the 400-page document saying this is what needs to happen for me to get here. He wasn't interested.
Oh, he just changed the name on that.
He wrote that. Got hired in New England.
He wrote that. That's he can pull that out of his back pocket. He could recite that right now. That 400 pages because he knows. He knows exactly what he needs.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
And you know what that is? That's the equivalent of all he did was right there to see if they were going to read it. That the Giants back when Bill Belichick was there, and even before the combine or at the combine, they would give you a 400-page or 400 question test, and it's just whether you want to see if you can finish it. 2, if you see if you're going to read every question. That's going to tell you who you are at the player. Some guys will just write in and just scribble in the A, B's, and C's and the pattern, because they're going to ask you the same question 10 different ways. You probably had the same different information, it just in a different way. The old giant trick. But look, he's going to get what he's wanted. I think he's going to give them legitimacy as far as how they go about their business. They're without a doubt. He will leave that program in a positive way. And they don't have a true salary cap, so it's not like if he makes a couple moves, they're bombed for 5 years. You just every year you just start
something
over.
Just hit me. Oh no, Austin J. This just gave the number 2 most obnoxious fan base, alumni base in the country, the greatest coach available.
How you like that, Austin?
Oh,
you don't care.
Tar Heel fans have Belichick now.
Now they're linked to the number 1 most obnoxious NFL fan base.
Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
no,
the
Cowboys.
Oh no!
It gives all the Carolina alum
oh no
credibility. They instantly become a credible university.
Oh no!
Instantly. But DP, who's number 1 though? For the college though, you said Carolina's number 2.
Same triangle.
Fair enough.
You guys go back and forth.
Same triangle. Yeah, you two deserve each other.
Yeah.
Like I have
you guys
to say,
are like long lost cousins.
Like
man. It'll be interesting though. It'll be interesting to see what he does. I mean, it's going to be but also like
what are fair expectations for him?
Getting people to talk about North Carolina football.
Bowl game. I mean, he's going to have to he's going to be in a big bowl game. They're going to be a player. They got talent down there.
New Year's Day or later?
They're on TV.
Within a year or two.
They're going to be on TV.
Well, there's one thing he's not going to be able to do. Those press conferences, that ain't going to work. The ones in the wind, that ain't going to work.
Oh, you
That's
know what?
Not gonna work.
Okay. I was immediately hit with the negative, but there is a positive. There is a positive, and it is win-win. That at some point next year, you're going to get a presser with Hoodie and Dabo. And
imagine that handshake. Imagine that. What are you doing here? Just hanging out.
Chef's kiss.
Hanging out. Welcome.
So good. Oh,
those two.
Hoodie punches him, right? Like, I mean, he does. He John Jones kicks him, right? Like
hey, Bill Belichick ain't missed a day on the bench press either,
right? Like,
So I mean, I think he took the job for. Here's a good thing about it, about Bill Belichick versus Urban Meyer. He didn't do it for ego. Urban's to the NFL was straight ego, and that's what has burned him, and that's why he should never coach again. Kicking players and all that. Man, you lucky you even be on TV right now, like kicking a grown man like that. I don't care if he's a kicker or not. Bill Belichick didn't take it for that. I think he is, and this is where everybody in the ACC should be fair warned. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be fun. Mm-hmm. Hey. I'm telling you this right now. If he picks up on something that you did back in 2006, I'm telling
prepare
you,
to see it in 2025.
Prepare to see it in 2025. If he has, I'm telling you, if he has intel on when you go to bathroom or when you really want to call timeout, I'm telling you, the littlest things, he is going to destroy.
And you can just walk up into Clemson's workouts. Like, Hoodie is gonna have
Dallas Cowboys style.
He's gonna have scouts everywhere.
Oh yeah, he ain't worried about that because he gonna watch tape. I'm telling you, I'm telling you what he did though. I'm telling you what he did. He watched a lot of the coaches throughout the whole college landscape, and just like, this is easy.
Blood in the water.
And I get paid for it, and I get to chill because they probably told me you ain't got to do a whole bunch of recruiting. You just got it. This is what you got. He's like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how it could be beneficial. And he's like, don't worry about the coaching stuff.
Here's another win.
I got this. I got this.
Here's another win. North Carolina travels to Boston College.
So TCU got Deion's first game.
Oh.
TCU gets North Carolina.
Oh.
We also
Let's go.
get Carolina versus Scott Frost.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh. Hey,
I don't care.
hey, that little system that ain't working.
Yeah.
That ain't working. He's gonna be because here's what he does so well. He says, "Listen, this is the things that can beat us. This is how they win. We ain't letting them do it. And if they win, so be it. Because he knows more games are lost than won. So just on that alone, when players get off the bus, just imagine their third down. We used to have third down meetings. Just imagine their third down meetings. I mean, you're gonna have North Carolina players out there really thinking they're Harry Carson and Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks, and they're like, you know what I mean? And Everson Walls,
Ethan Horton.
Yeah,
like
they're gonna have the tight ends out there thinking he's Zeke Mowat and stuff. He gonna have some big. I'm telling you, he's gonna have a game where he wins like 60-something to like 40. You know, a shootout, and then he gonna just have that game where he just gonna just grind you up 10-7, and just sit there and like just be happy, just grind you up,
just waiting for you to blink.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, there you go. You muffed that punt there on the 13-yard line.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the 1 yard we need to put us over the edge.
Man.
2 first downs, field goal, walk off, good game.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm not sure there's a way for college football playoffs to overtake this story for any broadcast going forward.
Oh, well, it'll die down, but it's going to be his interviews during the pre-games and all that is going to be great because the best one is Nick Saban going to interview.
You know what I want to do?
Because Nick Saban's going to say, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah, but you know what I want? If I'm Hoodie, I'm at all of these playoff games. I'm on the sideline just looking at players. I'm just looking. Hey Jay, I'm just walking.
Oh yeah,
I'm just looking. I'm looking at every quarterback, running back. I'm just looking, going.
Oh, yeah. Just imagine this.
He's just waving at players.
It's not even the players.
The hoodie wink.
I'm coming to get your coaches.
Right, the hoodie wink.
Oh, you want to be? I read your high school bio that you want to be a head coach. Come on with me. I'm gonna show you. I'll get you there next year. Hey, he's gonna be snagging people left and right. He's gonna be killing. Hey, you gonna have so close. He's gonna be killing people.
Oh man!
I got a new up and coming linebacker. No, you don't. Anyways, we're gonna take a quick break. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12 months same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman? We got to get back on schedule. A short segment here. We'll just do a little round table here. Yes or no, will Bill Belichick be successful after his 3-year contract? That's a short contract. After his 3 years. So after 2 years.
Yeah, I think he's still got stamina. He's still got stamina.
Yeah.
And I think the object becomes clear that if Alabama doesn't become what Alabama was or what Alabama thinks it is, then those places start to look at Hoodie.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he'll be successful. I think this will give him more options. I think it's a good business move. I thought it was a real smart move for him to get involved in different media things or whatever, because he's on everywhere. He's with Chad Ochocinco, with Ryan Clark, and that deal. He's Manning Cast. Him and Matt Patricia have their own podcast or where they're doing football stuff. And I know that I think he's on with McAfee. He's doing a whole bunch of stuff. But I think he will be successful at Carolina. Number one, Mac Brown, they're bowl eligible, so it's not like you're coming there or whatever. So as long as he recruits well and they take what was there, because if he has a 3-year contract, he don't have time to build for 2 years. He's got to win right away. What I think this is a smart move for him, twofold. Number one, you're successful there, then you could go to if the board flares out, then that's essentially Nick Saban's mentor. You could go places like that, or better yet, you kind of go down to the pros, which I call college. You're at the pros. You already do well. The 2 hiring cycles or 3 hiring cycles of young coaches that flame out, retreads, and all that is done. We need you. We're desperate up there in the NFL. He comes in. Then he's able to ride off in the sunset. I just thought to me, in Notre Dame, they're not going to fire Marcus Freeman. I mean, this was I'm going to tell you what this was. I won't even tell you it's the equivalent to. I'll tell you guys off here. But this is literally, they fired off. I guarantee you, it's some donor that knows Belichick, somehow met him. Bill Cowher is associated with North Carolina as well, or actually North Carolina State, I think. Yeah, North Carolina State.
Yeah, he's a Wolfpack.
Yeah, and he lives in Raleigh. Excuse me. Fired off this text, not thinking he was going to get a reply. Not only did he get a reply, Belichick called him the next morning.
Right.
And it was like, uh-oh. And then it's like, we got to offer him the job because you're there. How do you interview Bill Belichick and not offer him the job?
How do you interview?
We're our preferred candidate.
How do you interview?
We want to go the other guy.
If you're a college AD, texter asked this. If you're a college AD, what do you say to Bill Belichick?
Easy.
So why are you here?
No, easy. Easy. You say, okay, we know you're successful at the end at the highest level. College football has changed. Tell me how you view yourself being successful here, and we can make this happen. Boom. He went home, changed the header, changed the date, probably put his new signature in there, put
Replace Patriots with Tar Heels.
Right, and put the different business that he's in.
Find
hit send.
Patriots. Replace with Tar Heels.
Right, and push send on the document. Holler at a player. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break, come back. It's Whiteboard Wednesday. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The Yankee Hill is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
This holiday season, give yourself the ultimate gift, self-care and peace of mind. We know the holidays can bring stress, but did you know that managing that stress is key to your heart health? High blood pressure and heart disease can be impacted during this busy time. In fact, heart attacks are more common during the holidays. So take a moment for yourself. Breathe, relax, and prioritize your well-being. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska to learn more. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card Spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry, this deal ends soon. See Home Club for details.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12-month same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman, old school crew coming at you live once again at the pre-darkness here at 1040 O Street. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Andremat, 168th and Maple. It is now another edition of Whiteboard Wednesday. Obviously, Nebraska it has their bowl game December 28th out there in New York City, 11 a.m. So it's going to be bright and early in the morning, live on stage. I would say this: when you're in my opinion, when you're not in the college football playoffs, I like the 11 o'clock games the best because you get more viewership. You get people when they're, they haven't been out running 80 million errands and all that stuff. So the Boston College is a different team than we saw when they shellacked Florida State. And so they do some things offensively and defensively that's a little bit different than what we've probably faced. Obviously, a lot different, as you can see here, than Iowa. So Grayson James is their new quarterback. He's number 14. The quarterback they had prior was 5'10", 180, but he was
store brand Kyler Murray. Not name brand Kyler Murray.
Yeah. He was hell on wheels, and he ran for it.
He was Timu Kyler Murray.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but that night he was Kyler Murray back in Texas. He was there against Florida State. So Grayson James is a big quarterback. He's actually from Midland, Texas, I think. Big, strong arm. Does have some running ability. But they obviously run a different offense. So if you want to pretty much get a tab on what I think Boston College, who's coached by Bill O'Brien, will do, it'll be more along the lines Deshaun Watson pre-scandal, right? And you see it right here. You'll see some 5 wide. So obviously that's way different than Iowa. So what I'll do is there's a guy at the top of the screen. I'll put an X on these, right? Actually, I need to change the color, right?
There we go.
Yeah, let me get the color here, Austin. Yeah, pretty good. So I'll put an X on these right here. So reason why I is eliminate those, right? Because when you see 5 wides with tight splits, it lets you know, or lets me know from my experience, both good and bad, they are trying to attack right here, which is the middle of the field. So they got the number 2 right here, slot guy, tight end, number 2 right here, right? Looks like a 12. That's bad right there. So what they'll do right here, when you see these tight splits down here, so it's really one receiver. We saw this against Ohio State. One receiver is going to try to get deep. Other one, they're going to try to attack the hash marks. And what happens is they'll run level routes, and you're going to get 2 level routes here with the 3-man side, and then you'll get another one back here. So what they're doing is trying to, when
if
you have
you're drawing it, it's not showing up.
No, I'm not drawing it yet, right? Yeah. So what they're doing is trying to make it easier for a new quarterback. Why do you go 5 wides, right? For everybody listening, you go 5 wides because you can spread the defense out. You can see a clear picture faster as long as they pass protect, and it gives you options. It gives you a little bit more holes based on what this route is going to be. So you're going to see, I think, a route here and a route here, and then one up right here, right? So it's levels, right? I got to work on my drawing. So that's what they'll do to try to loosen up the defense. So when you see 5 wides, they want to try to generally attack the second level. That's the linebackers, nickels, slot corners, and all that. And the reason why that is because I think, in my opinion, if you want to become explosive or you want to become a dangerous offense, I go back to when the Patriots had 2 tight ends. I won't even name the other one. It was Rob Gronkowski and the other crazy dude. When you have 2 guys that can destroy you in the middle of the field, it makes it a lot easier to get predict the coverage and dictate the coverage on the outside. So that's what they'll do. We'll see it right here. I think I tap this, Austin. Arrow.
Hit delete. Yeah.
All right. So you see it right here. Now back to it, right? So this is the number 2 coming right here. These are just sit down routes right here, right? So he started out right here, came, sit down, right? This is the tight end right here. Literally came as the Y hook, right? When you hear people call Y hook, for you guys that play PlayStation and Madden and all that stuff, NCAA football, this is the Y hook. So essentially, he's hooking right over the ball, right? You have a blitz. This will probably be his hot read right here. This guy right here. This is your wedding crash hot route right here, right? So we'll put him for HR, not human resources, but this is your hot route. And then this was the number 2 right here, right? Where you see he was coming and he ran a level route right here. Why do you run this route right here? To get the attention of the free safety, right? This will get the attention of the guy over the ball. So you're trying to put him into a no-win situation. I can tell you this right now. If he clamped down on this right away, he's going there, right? If they're running some sort of, catch technique or something like that and reading in, say, 3 on 2 or something, and the safety comes down, they're going right here. So what this does here, and you see him, he's a big old strong quarterback right there, is it allows the quarterback to make easy reads, gets the ball out of his hands, get confidence, and tries to punch the hole in the middle of your defense. And then also you see right here, it's a pretty solid pocket right here, right? That's what they do right there. So if you go back and watch the Texans, back when Bill O'Brien was head coach, and they started to really take off, this is the route. You can put all different types of body types in there, right? You could split a running back out right here. You could put a number 1 receiver in the slot. You could put the running back out here. So when you go 5 wide, you're able to manipulate the coverage, dictate the personnel mismatches, and try to take advantage of it. A little bit too deep of a drop right here for this linebacker. Easy pitch and catch. He's just reading this guy right here. I've been in those situations, right? They're reading that guy right there. So you got to expect that. They ran it for the last 4 games. That's the last 4 games. Grayson has been the quarterback, and so you're going to see it. We'll go into a little bit of the running game, which was actually really impressive from the Florida State game when they seen it. Actually, the Florida State game is when they really ran the ball. So this is another formation here. This is tricky here, and this is really cool. Eventually, we'll get to some film as we're going, so I could talk you through this right here. So right here, this right here is pistol formation. Okay, this is the equivalent of 3 to 5 step drop. So what they're doing here again is they're trying to give him easy reads to take all the hard stuff out of it. Under the center, get into his drop right here. You're already in your drop right here. That's why it's pistol formation. Shotgun is where he's at. That's a 7-step drop. 3 to 5 step drop is pistol, right? So now they're in 12 personnel. So now they got you thinking big personnel. Well, here's the indicator right here that you might be getting a run for you people out there. Tight split by number 1. Okay, for people watching on the stream, there's not many routes that he can run besides a under route. He could probably get up outside the numbers, back shoulder fade, 9 route, but you're not going to be able to run the route tree with that tight a split. So as a linebacker right here, I'm thinking we used to call it Army or run, possible run with 12 personnel. Another giveaway is you can't see it clear, because I will tell you this, when we do Whiteboard Wednesday, got to give it up to Fox. They do a really good job, really, really clear pictures. ACC, you got to step it up, man. They got to get another TV contract, DP. But
get that end zone angle, dang it.
Get the end zone. So right here,
we're working on it.
His head right there, it lets you know most likely it's run. He's waiting to be put in motion in 12 personnel. So right now, this formation, which is a dot back, a running back, and a wing tight end, is no different than eye offset to the tight end. This is an old school formation. They just dice it up a little bit. Now when he goes in motion, right here, this is a run play to let everybody know. Once he goes in motion,
the next frame should be in motion as well.
The next frame is in motion. Okay, now he's going in motion here. And eventually he will get to the other side. Or actually, so this is the Y tight end. This is the offset fullback. This is the running back. This is the same formation we used to face all the time. We should expect power. So what they do right here is they find 4 different ways during this game here to run split zone. But the trick to this, DP, and everybody listening, They're running split zone with RPO action.
Which is just one more accountability for each defender in that space.
Right. Because he's not number one runner. He can run you enough to keep you honest. And if you want somebody to compare him to that can run good enough to keep you honest, go back and ask Joey Bosa about Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. This is essentially the play
It's Lamar and what he does to TJ Watt.
Yes and no. Lamar, when I get off the bus against Lamar, I'm just like Barry Sanders. Like when I play against Barry Sanders, I did not sleep. And I had a breath of fresh, like a relief when I knew he didn't play in that preseason game because I want my ankles and ACLs were intact. Lamar, he's running.
Justin Herbert?
Yes, but I'm going back to
Josh Allen?
Yeah, but I'm going back to the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. They ran this same play, the same formation.
Bosa bites so hard.
Right. And so what did he do? He ran. Obviously he's a great athlete, but he runs good enough to really gut punch you, and that's what they view this quarterback Grayson James as. He's not Lamar Jackson speed. He's not Lamar Jackson like make you miss and all that, but he's good enough to keep you honest, and that's when you actually really have to play 11 on 11. Because he's already shown you can throw the ball a little bit more than the guy, previous, where it was the flip when number one was in here. So he gives you a little bit more flexibility. So when you see this play in the next frame, okay, he's up here just kind of motion. He's coming to kick out the outside guy right here. The one guy, the right tackle, does the worst thing possible and allows direct access, which foils the play. But this is a play.
There is that next direct access behind this too.
Yes, I know. And so, but this play here, I watched 4 games of the 4 games with the new quarterback. They've probably ran this play over 20 times in just different ways, easily over 20 times. So I try to do Whiteboard Wednesdays on what you need to look for and possibly like the curveball, which is the 5 wides. But this is right here. This is their base.
So if you're the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator, you're counting your matchups. You're under duress anyway.
Right now we are.
Right.
Because you want to know why we are as a defensive coordinator right now? They're in a too high look.
Yep.
So they're playing with one less guy based on him.
And then the quarterback adds +1.
He's +1 right now.
Yeah.
So you could put me and you back there. We +1. Now we only getting a half yard, but we're making a yard, right?
We got a shot.
We got a shot.
We got a shot.
Right. And 2 or 3 if we getting jiggy with it.
Right.
Right. So just by this look now, it's going to force them to come out of that too high shell initially based on if you're effective with this play. And it doesn't have to be a touchdown, DP, because it's all about these 2 guys right here. And actually this third guy, he has to win. I'll put the square around him. He has to win.
Yeah.
And when you see this next play right here, okay, I wouldn't say North Carolina wins. I will say Boston College beat themselves. They allowed direct access in this next frame. So right here, they optioned off the end, right? Like I said before, Fox does a really good job. You got the split zone right here, okay? That means all he's doing is blocking out. So they could have lined up in 12 personnel, 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage, and just blocked it the same. And then they went RPO action because they're reading him right here.
But wouldn't it be more advantageous for them to RPO to the wide side of the field with the same numbers, with better numbers and more space?
No, because look at the numbers right here. If you just go right down this hash right here,
yep,
they only got 1, 2.
They got 2,
and then 3,
a third deep.
Right now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 out here. So they have the numbers advantage. But what happened is let me just erase all this right here. I'll show you here's what happens in this RPO. As great as it looks when you call it, because they're optioning off of this guy here, right? Yeah, they're optioning off of this guy here. It actually was probably not the best read.
Yeah.
They should actually option off the corner here, right? So this tackle right here should have blocked him, and then they should have
I see
crack blocked here, optioned off of him.
I see where you're at. Yep.
Because
what is that receiver doing? Why is he facing his offense?
Well, here's the bet.
That's when you remember 2 years ago when I forget who Nebraska was playing. They kept saying we were amazed at how easily we could turn their backs to the sideline. They talk about Nebraska up front. This is what they were talking about.
Well, this right here,
literally, this is what they were.
You know
talking
what this
about.
is called?
It looks like boxing out is what it looks like.
This is How do I get back here, Austin?
Hit the back arrow.
Oh,
maybe. If not, I'll pull the picture up again.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. I need the next one.
Man.
Okay, we're back on the previous pictures. Delete it. It should be back.
All right. You know what this is? You know what this is called,
job,
right?
guys.
This block right here is called. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm telling you right now.
My bad.
He doesn't know what the heck he's doing.
My bad.
He's either thinking three things. One, he's running the 2-yard stop route. That's not in the route tree. Number two, he thought that he was going to go block the linebacker. The linebacker came up. So he's like, all right, I'm stopping. There's actually number 4 of them. Number 3, he's like, I'm going to box him out. But actually, he should have, if we got the play, that he should have blocked him and then allowed the quarterback to try to take the corner.
Is that better or worse than the lookout block we saw from Wisconsin against Alabama?
Lookout block, somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, the lookout block. At least
somebody gets hurt.
This guy's at least pretending to do something.
Well, here's the problem. They were at home, so if it was a lookout block, you could at least yelled it and you would have heard it. When that Wisconsin game, we don't think you could have heard it. But anyways, so those are 2 plays, 2 concepts. But I'm gonna tell you what, that RPO action out of 12 personnel is going to be something that Nebraska has to prepare for. Obviously, if you went up front, it kind of eliminates any type of advantage that they have from a +1 standpoint. And you also have to letting you know right now, like DP mentioned, and I mentioned here, you have to, even though you want to play too high, you're going to have to disguise your coverages. You're going to have to show too high, come down with a safety down. You're going to have to safety down and play too high. Obviously depending on down and distance and call. You can't just line up in a static shell and essentially be out there and just scrimmaging. You got to go out there and you
get
gotta
some
play.
wins with their bigs up front.
That's what it always comes down to.
Like their interior bigs have to get wins in order for this to be difficult to
right.
So.
Because as you know, right here, it's a great play call. One knucklehead messes it up. So, anyways, that's the Whiteboard Wednesday. We'll continue to push forward. I'll continue to watch some more games and see what we got going on.
Let's get a break. I got some business to take care of too.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break and come right back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through December 17th is 15% off all wine and spirits and 25% off on thermometers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry, this deal ends soon. See Home Club for details.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRFR Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
The Huskers are headed to the Pinstripe Bowl. Cheer on the Huskers in New York City on the official Husker Pinstripe Bowl tour offered by the Nebraska Alumni Association. Your bowl package includes a 2-night hotel stay, round-trip transportation on game day, pregame events, and more. Spots are limited, so book your spot now on the official Husker Pinstripe Bowl tour with the Nebraska Alumni Association. Go to huskerfantravel.com or call 888-831-0858. That's 888-831-0858 or huskerfantravel.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12-month same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1003769, $395 per month, lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to assigning, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman. Whiteboard Wednesday was in one more time for Boston College here in about a little bit less than 2 weeks. So now you know opponent. Now you got to start to prepare for it. You got to slowly but surely get there. But as Nebraska was preparing for the bowl game, they made some hires. It was obviously Tony White and Terrence Knighton left, and a couple, I think, assistant coaches. I think, right? You know, am I right on that? A couple of analysts left with.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then then a former coach, Evan Cooper, is down there at Florida State. So Nebraska made some hires. They named Coach Butler the defensive coordinator. They brought Coach Simpson back as I think outside pass rushers, right? And he was here prior, and then and he had played for Coach Rule, and he's from Florida, so I think he's a really, really good recruiter and knows the inroads down there. Which, if you're going to recruit Florida, you have to have a Florida guy. I know that because my friend Daryl Porter is a coach down there, and obviously it's a very tight knit of coaches and fraternity down there. And you got to be a special human. That's one of the things that hurt Manny Diaz. But anyways, and then we got a new D-line coach. What is his name? Austin?
Terry Braden Jr.
That's what I thought. I know. I was going to say Terry Bradford, but Terry Braden Jr., coming from the Kansas City Chiefs, assistant defensive line coach, is the Nebraska defensive line coach. So as of now, I think all the coaching spots are filled, correct?
Other than no.
Yeah, unless they hire a defensive back coach because if Coach Butler decides not to coach, but I think
unless that's Phil Snow's job.
Phil Snow
he's not.
he's not.
No.
He's going to be a.
No.
And then also, it'd be disrespectful. They've hired Phil Snow to come back to be associate head coach. He was a consultant during the season at times, and so they obviously ponied up and filled some spots on defense. I like it. I think really what was going to come down to, and I always say this: Nebraska's got a tricky spot. You got to get these kids to see the light. You're in this first fresh, 72 hours of the transfer portal. You got to get through that, and then how they gel as a staff. If you want to worry about whether they're going to run cover 3, cover 4, 4-man front, 3-man front, you're wasting your time because you'll run everything. So then it's going to come down to teaching, developing, and then obviously the continuity between the new coaching staff on defense, not the new, but the mix of that. And then, the players, that got to step up and play well, then they got to step up and play well. It's a great opportunity for a lot of players, great opportunity for the coaches. And then, it's one of those things like, hey, look, everybody's starting on the same footing. And so you got to hit the line running in this situation in the third year. I understand, and I probably would do the same. With Phil Snow, I want somebody that I know that I'm familiar with. I know he knows Coach Butler as well, but they are familiar. They think the same and know what they want defensively, and to help them kind of keep the thing going. I mean, because there's going to be big big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean. I actually texted you last night and asked you your thoughts because I did not have a vibe in any of the hiring. Like I did. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel any sort of way. Not that I'm supposed to, right? But so Breton is an interesting young man because this was a college quarterback.
Yeah.
Who's now the defensive line coach.
Yeah.
That's a huge leap. And yeah, you've spent 7 years under Andy Reid and you've been working with the Chiefs defensive line.
Yeah.
But he was a Howard University quarterback.
Yeah.
So they called him an educated football mind.
Yeah. See, I don't think you necessarily have to coach the position you played.
Right. No. I didn't think that.
Right. And I think here's where I think that he adds a really unique value is if you look at Kansas City, and you can maybe over the last, granted, he wasn't the defensive line coach, but he's in there, is the way that they've been able to develop and dominate the line of scrimmage. He knows exactly what's needed in this Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about all 22. As quarterbacks tend to watch the field and process.
Yeah.
And then you understand from a quarterback, one, the look of what a defensive line can do in their movement, what they can do in their pressures, the things that make it plays difficult for quarterbacks and running backs because you've seen it.
Right.
So I didn't have an issue with it. I just don't have a vibe for it.
Well, he's never coached in college before. So that's kind of, but I guess I'm going to table this back or go all the way back. And this is with Coach Butler and like when we hired Tony White, it was kind of like, okay, you had one decent year at Syracuse. You get what I'm saying? And you ran this kind of funky defense. And so people didn't know what you were getting, especially going from that ACC, which is crazy. We're talking about just 2 years ago, that ACC to the Big Ten. We felt like it was people thought it was a big jump for him. Not a lot of DC experience, out of the box hire, because I don't think he had any
Well, he'd been a high school head coach. He had been an assistant on several levels,
but he doesn't have any experience with Rule though. He never coached with Coach Rule before.
Not to my
right. So that's why I was saying that. So when you it can. So we just, as much as Tony White is, I mean, look, I think he's a great coordinator, even better dude. There was a lot of questions on him when he came in, especially with that 3-3-5 in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
I think he answered some of those right away.
I'm fully capable and willing to just let all coaches come in and do what they do and then see what the result is.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need. I don't have to pre-dedicate a mental and emotional space about what these coaches are going to be or can be. This is how the program gets in trouble in the first place, is preconceived ideas about what a recruit or transfer or new coach will do to the program. We don't know until they do it.
That was the entire text line yesterday was, oh, I wanted to splash higher. Oh, this isn't as splashy as big as I thought it was going to be. Where are the big transfer portal additions that are coming with it? I understand the skepticism, right? I understand what Huskers have been through. Guess what? Lived here my whole life. Understand it. Very familiar with the stress, the questions, the eyebrow raising, all of that.
Right.
I get the skepticism. I do. Give the guys a chance, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's I will tell you this. And this is just in general. There's a lot of great coaches, either not coaching or coaching in high school. There's a lot of so-so coaches coaching in the pros, coaching in college.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a good coach and you're willing to work at it, it generally works out for you. And that's not saying if it doesn't work out, I mean you're a good coach. What I'm saying in this situation here is you're going to come here. It's a new opportunity. He has NFL experience, and Dvorak coached a little bit in the NFL, and then you have Butler that coached in the NFL. So you're able to take some of that in the NFL experience and knowledge and apply it here. It does work because you've seen it working in Colorado. So I think the biggest thing is the continuity, everybody getting on the same page. Obviously for this bowl game, which is very short. So it's this is like your kind of, your first run at it, right? Right. The flow of communication, who's in charge, who's signaling the calls. Are we staying with the same playbook with the assumption that we're putting in a new one next year? Or all that stuff will be handled in January. So now you got to move forward here because you got the staff. So then the emphasis on what you're willing to do individually, which is per position group. Then you have your analysts and support staff. Then you have somebody that's been through the wars and Phil Snow, where he fits in. And then you got to make it all work. And that's how you'll be able to evaluate him next year. But you're going to have to, obviously you got to re-recruit constantly on this roster. It's and I said Nebraska's at the trickiest situation to where they've had tangible success, which obviously is making a bowl game, but you have unrealistic thoughts of where you're at based on achieving the bowl game. So what that does, it opens the door for people to try to pluck off your roster because they want the easy thing. Let's go get a player that we know have played in the Big Ten, been somewhat successful or really successful versus, waiting for a high school kid. Or sometimes people just, want to open the door, peek outside and see what's going on, see what the temperature is out there. So when it gets down to football time, you got to get down to football time. And so for all the coaches and coaching, Coach Butler, he's coached. Just because you weren't a coordinator by name doesn't mean that you haven't done coordinator things. And I'm going to tell you this before you have your point, Austin, is so when I was in Houston, right? Vic Fangio was our coordinator, right? But Reggie Herring had coordinated before. But Vic Fangio knew Dom's system better than everybody. So he was the coordinator, put the game plans. But we had a defensive back coach by the name of John Hope. He's Brady Hoke's, I think he's Brady's older brother. I think he's Brady's older brother. Great defensive back coach. So how we became a really good defense is we actually split it up in two different waves. Vic would essentially get to do what he liked to do best. Work on the front, work on the different fronts that we use, the blitz packages. John married the coverages and the personnel. So nickel, dime, whatever, based on what Vic wanted to do and get done. Literally, draw up. I want to blitz the quarterback from the right side over the right guard between 3rd and 6th and 3rd and 9, and 3rd and 9.5. Okay, draw it up. I'll get you the coverage. So he coordinated all that already before because you can't do a coverage if you don't know the front. So what I'm saying is just because John Butler hasn't or Coach Butler hasn't been a head or a defense coordinator doesn't mean he hasn't coordinated yet. Now it is different when you are calling the defense. It is different. But that's what the bowl game is for, and I'm assuming all the practices for is. And that's just something that's no different than calling plays. You got to get used to calling plays.
You've touched on the two concerns that, again, we've heard a lot on the text line over the last couple of days. Number one is how can Nebraska trust John Butler to call a defense when the defensive backs were bad last year? Which I don't think they're bad, inconsistent for sure, but I don't think that's necessarily a logical conclusion. DBs weren't what you thought they would be, so you can't call a defense.
Yeah.
I don't get that one. The other one is the recruiting piece, right? You mentioned it. No one less than Nick Saban has said recruiting is the lifeblood of a program. First thing he does when he gets to Tuscaloosa is it's all hands on deck in recruiting. Everything from the get-go is about recruiting, getting players to Alabama. And the text line has been concerned about, hey, Phil Simpson, fine, right? He's been in college, has the Miami connection. Seems like he's been helpful in keeping those players around. Phil Snow, been a while since he's recruited consistently, been out on the road.
Yeah, I don't think
he probably won't as the associate head coach, but there's another guy that's on staff that's not pitching in as much in recruiting. Terry Braden, NFL guy, hasn't recruited. And then John Butler has been in college, but the college he was in before last year completely
changed,
different. And he has the knock of the stigma. I don't know if that's the right word, but the smell of an NFL guy
hadn't recruited
to that level.
Yeah.
Is the NFL experience a selling point for Nebraska, or do these guys have to get their hands dirty in the college game and do college recruiting instead of just recruit to their former NFL credentials?
I mean, I'll answer the first question first as far as the defensive backs. I mean, that's to blame it on one guy when he came in. That's probably a little bit too harsh. You know, I mean, he came in essentially right when training camp started, right? It was like July, right? One like he was there before. You know, I think just some, you know, in my opinion, I think you got a couple guys that probably didn't perform to the level that they'd like to, or Nebraska would like to which hurt injuries and stuff like that. And you can't forecast that. So the easy target is, you got a new coach, so that's why you didn't cover the guy running down the field. But I don't think that's a reason to say, okay, he can't coordinate. I think it's more or less, you know, is he an effective communicator, developer of coaches? Because now you'll be developing players, but developing coaches in your system, and then are you a motivator, right? And so if he does all those three things, that's the most important. And then as far as you know, getting out on the road and recruiting, you know, I mean, that's going to be something you have to learn. One thing I've learned about recruiting is recruiting is everybody thinks you need to go on there and you got to give some pitch and be like, all right, everybody's going to go to. Now, there's part of it because Nick Saban's excellent. Lane Kiffin's excellent. Lane Kiffin don't recruit. People just don't know that at all. I'm talking about on like when you come there, you barely think he doesn't recruit because
what a waste of charming personality.
He has some issues, but he knows those issues, and Ole Miss is fine with it. You have to. The one thing I learned about recruiting, you got to be extremely detailed. And then very, like, you just got to, it's very business-like. You know, you got to be on it. You got to constantly communicate. You got to, you know, and all that stuff. It's the scouting department to decide who you're going to pick, generally. And then you go, like, okay, yeah, you're right, and I think this dude can play.
Yeah,
so if
we don't know. You just mentioned the thing with the scouting department, because that's influx here, too. Right?
Did somebody leave?
Well, here's my question. If you've got two new coordinators, they're likely to bring in their own people at some point to evaluate talent, right? Because what Dana wanted on the offensive side is different than what Satterfield wanted, right? Different types of players, often different rotation. He may have a preference for smaller receivers rather than big, massive receivers who are possession guys. That has to be put in play with the scouting. That has to be put in play with the film study. All of this is transitional now. Like, to me,
it's you're not. I mean, yes and no. You know, my idea, what I want, probably it's always going to be different. But to be a good coordinator in this day and age of college football, you better be able to you better be able to adjust whatever you want to do to what you got now. With the receiver coach coming in, he's able to bring his guys, the guys that he likes to play the position. But that doesn't mean you're going to get them all. It's not like you can say, okay, well, I'm not going to coach receivers because I don't have Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson. You know, I mean, you got to, you know, that's who I would like. You know, I mean, to do anything I want. You know, you throw Toyer Holt in the slot and I do some work. But so yes, that is different. And then as far as what the defensive side guys, it's a little different. I don't think coordinators bring in their own scouting guys. I think they just have a preference of what they like based on what the system is that they want to run. But Tony White showed you, like, you can come in and run your system with whoever's here and willing to execute. I mean, he's got guys. I mean, listen, for Mekhi Bear to go from literally never playing to playing to being able to go in the portal, or obviously have to graduate to somebody's going to pick him up and pay him some money. That's a coach. He said, listen, if you are willing to play and execute, I'll put you on the field.
John Bullock.
Yeah.
Isaac Gifford.
Right. So it doesn't have to be apples to apples right away. And we can't afford to be apples to apples. And I think that's part, you got to be able to coach the guys that want to play football. But ultimately, yes, you do. But at a position that where you like to see an uptick, like receiver or something, you like to think he's be able to bring a couple guys in and already kind of has his eyes on probably 3-4 other guys.
Yeah, I want success in whatever way you can get it. And these rotational coaches and rotational players, because everything's fluid now.
Well, this is going to be a yearly thing.
Fluid,
this is going to be a yearly thing. Is that the players will flirt with the portal every year. Here's what the portal really does. I've been thinking about the portal. I was on the porcelain throne thinking about this. You know what the porcelain throne is, Austin?
I do.
Okay,
I'm familiar.
Yeah, world's problems are solved there.
Indeed.
Is the portal besides being the vortex, it's that reality of when you have the conversation with yourself and say, you know what, dog, did I really do what I'm supposed to do? And if you don't have a complete yes, then it's like, okay, I can go in the portal and I can see if it works out that way. Because it's like, that is, in some cases, a way of changing the landscape of the perception of what your work on the field is. Because everybody views, once you go in the portal, what do they always think? Something bad must have happened. You're trying to level up your damaged goods or money. Sometimes the kids want to just change the scenery, but I think that's as you attack it, it's going to be constantly transactional in this day and age until things in this salary cap slow things down. So again, the 50 to 60 is gotta be what's most important. Now, you obviously would like to have 25 or 30. That's kind of like 2 or 3 year, foundation pieces. If you can do that, you're going to be really, really in a good spot, especially when you're trying to make that next leap. But if you got a quarterback, not what we do, and you got enough guys that are like truly invested, you'll be just fine.
We about to see.
Yeah, I mean the bowl game that's like a little snapshot. It's going to be the wins next year will be won in the offseason. So, anyways, we'll take a quick break. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
The holiday season is here, and Sartor Heyman is making your shopping easy. Shop our wide selection of necklaces, earrings, or bracelets to our amazing line of watches. Looking for something truly unique? Consider our estate jewelry, or even build your own custom handcrafted piece with our in-house designers. The perfect gift at the perfect price. Christmas memories start with family and Sartor Heyman.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116. When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through December 17th is 15% off all wine and spirits and 25% off on thermometers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. All deals with approved credit, must trade, and Costco.
On the farm from dawn till dusk, hardworking hands tend to the land, equipment, and the animals. But your hard work deserves a little relaxation too. Visit the Nebraska Ag Expo, December 10th through the 12th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. See all the latest ag innovations in livestock and equipment, precision ag, drone, and AI tech, crop inputs, grain storage, and more. Take a break from the daily grind and recharge at the Nebraska Ag Expo. You deserve it. Sponsored in part by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through December 15th, enjoy thick-cut Iowa pork chops for $1.99 per pound. Boneless beef crock-pot roast for $4.99 per pound. Plus, they're now taking orders for prime rib, filet mignon, and other holiday items. And don't forget the $50 holiday box now through Christmas. Always a great gift. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Quick segment. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman. A lot going on. Bill Belichick is, for a good reason, has taken over the media airwaves. It's official. Adam Schefter says it's official. He is probably, since he's from Cape Cod, he's been on the plane. He is probably on his descent into Raleigh right now. Stay the night. Got a press conference about 12:30. Dollar bill in the house.
This is bizarro world now.
With Bill Belichick?
All of this is just it's crazy.
I keep thinking about. I don't think it's as far stretch as you think because he's friends with Saban. Bill O'Brien did it because I never really would have thought Bill O'Brien would have went from NFL to college. You got to think he coached down at Bama. Bill O'Brien. He was offensive coordinator.
But he did the Penn State thing too.
Yeah, but he'd been a head coach and GM in the NFL. That's to go be a coordinator. So if he can do it, anybody can do it. Because I'm gonna tell you, boy, Bill O'Brien is abrasive if he needs to be, and he's found a way to recruit, develop. I mean, heck, he's got Boston College rolling pretty quick. So I think that probably gave him a little bit of took the anxiety out of it. I don't think Bill Belichick's worried about it as much. I mean, he's in a win-win situation. He knows he's going to go down there and win and at least get to bowl eligible. And I can tell you this right now. Some people's losing some sleep. What you think the dude at Wake Forest is thinking? You know what I mean?
Get your hand on my pocket, hoodie.
So Carolina's 2025
go over the schedule. Let's see what's happening.
TCU.
W.
At Charlotte.
W.
Host Richmond.
W.
Go to UCF.
W.
Go to Cal.
W.
Go to State. NC State, sorry.
L.
No, I think they get them, just the newness of it in that little triangle war with all of them. Yeah. I think they win that.
Clemson.
L.
Duke.
Win.
Were you the Dookie? Oh, you only basketball? You turn your nose up at football?
I mean, I was paying attention to Manny Diaz. Shouts to them. I don't think
9-3.
Yeah, they're fine. They're good. Should have been ranked.
That'd probably be a win.
Stanford.
Win.
Wahoos.
Virginia, yeah, win.
At Syracuse.
That's probably an L. It's in Syracuse. Syracuse is hard to place to play.
He ain't gonna lose in Syracuse.
Fran Brown ain't no joke.
And then they go to Winston-Salem, Wake Forest.
That's their schedule.
Yeah,
man, this dude gonna come in and win like 10 games.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, tough to.
Hey, man,
what am I going to do? What am I going to do against Wake Forest?
He's not even. State? Hey, he's not. The nerve.
How will I sleep at night?
He's not going to even be able to pay his first payment on the principal. He's going to pay interest on his first house payment, and he's going to be back in the NFL.
He'll win 11 games.
Straight up, he's going to win 10, 11 games, just like that.
Yeah,
because they got talent down there.
Yeah,
I'll find it.
I mean, oh my goodness.
The Drake May Bill Belichick trade will go down in history.
He got a little bit. Drake May got a little brother too.
Irish Park.
Yep, finest. Oh man, that's crazy. Bill Belichick is in the building. It'd be interesting to see how it goes, but I think he's going to do well. I think it's going to be a short stint, obviously by the contract. But I think he's going to do well. His staff is going to really be interesting because the bigger talk I think is going to be who's going to be head coach in waiting. Steve? Yeah. You think
trained
it's Steve?
By Jed Fish?
Riveting. Again, an interesting human being has made.
He has thrown the ultimate pitch.
A distant,
right,
football program into the highlight reel.
He has literally thrown the Ephus pitch, the bottom of the ninth, World Series, 3-2 count, expecting the heat. He threw the Ephus pitch.
Yep.
Struck him out. Yep. Bill Belichick. Anyways, hey, happy hump day. There's a lot going on. We'll be back tomorrow on Thursday. Anyways, old school crew, we're out of here.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF trail bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. You can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto. Slay the trails with the CRF 50F. off, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through December 17th is 15% off all wine and spirits and 25% off on thermometers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new